Well, hello, everyone. This is Small Talk with Tish and Larry. I am Tish, and this is the wonderful.
Larry.
And we're starting the episode off. How's everything going with you? How have you been? You've been having a pretty good week so far.
Pretty good week. Well, I had a scare last night.
Oh,
Man, I think I was food poisoned.
we had a rough Sunday when it came down to where we wanted to eat. I know now that gives me the thought of I do need to start cooking a little more on Sunday, which I do most of the time cook on Sunday, but we just had a moment where we really didn't have time to, so we went out and about and we went from little town to little town and finally decided on Sonic, and I had a great experience at Sonic. Shout out to Sonic. And but unfortunately my sweetheart, he had a bad night last night. I don't know what got into his belly, but it was horrible.
Man, we lay down probably about 12 something, or maybe 11 something like that. 1:30 on the dot.
Bless your heart.
Sweating, stomach in knots,
Mm-hmm.
feeling like I had a fever.
That's something, especially something that hits you like that out the blue. And you have no idea what's causing it or how to make yourself feel better in that moment.
Man, it was scary.
I believe
It was scary.
I believe it.
Because I felt so weak.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, well, let me go ahead to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Walking to the bathroom, like, I just started, like, talking to myself, like, man, what the hell going on with me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't never felt like that before.
That's a bad feeling when you got to kind of talk yourself through what you're going through and try to tell your body to just, okay, what's going on? Breathing heavy. Just, it's like you're trying to control what is happening to you, but sometimes you can't fight what it is or what's causing you to feel bad.
Like, like, I'm running water on a towel,
Yeah.
wiping my face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sweat was just running down my legs.
Goodness.
I was like, man, yeah, I was gonna wake you up and, hey, we gotta go.
Yeah, I had no idea. I knew you had been gone for a little minute, so that's why you took your phone with you, so I text because I had to eventually, use the restroom myself. But I'm like, well, he's in there for a minute, and then you finally told me that you weren't feeling too good. I'm like, I didn't have no idea that you weren't feeling well. But like I said, I had that same thing happen the other day, and it's like, what in the world? But I told you, I think it was what we drunk or whatever that might have bothered our stomachs or whatnot, or it was something our bodies weren't used to,
Yeah.
which was like the alkaline water, which I hear is it's good water, but maybe we weren't used to that type of water just yet.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know, but it make me second guess drinking anything new or
Oh,
even
yeah.
some of these
Or
restaurants. I just
right.
don't. I'm getting where I don't trust them because
Yeah.
people don't put that care into cooking your food like you would at home.
That's true. I mean, I have heard a lot of complaints. Some people, it's always a good experience. Like we have a few in our area that are just, you go there and you just like, everything is perfect. The food is good majority of the time. But a lot of the chains are, they struggling just a little bit. So it's probably best if you're gonna eat somewhere, maybe one of the sit down restaurants or something you're used to that you get a good vibe with, and they never really disappoint. You have to go with the ones that you get the good vibe from.
That's true. But where we going at first?
That's well, I don't even have to look that up. Your girl, Miss Beyonce Knowles Carter. How do you feel about the incident that happened to your girl the other night?
Somebody should be fired. Somebody should be fired.
Can't disagree with you on that because her safety was definitely dangling in thin air. That was crazy.
Hell, everybody's safety.
Yes, hers, the crowd beneath her. Like mishaps like that cannot happen during a show like that where she's trusting in her team. Like they have to be on point, especially with the different things they have up in the air like that. Like that stuff is big, so you don't want anything to happen to anybody. Then you definitely want her to be safe trying to perform in those situations. That was something serious.
Like I don't know what could have went wrong, but if something would have happened to her, like I just don't know what I would have did.
See, even the cup got upset. Even the ice in the cup started jumping. It didn't. It was upset as well as you were. But I know you would have had the worst day. I understand.
Like, man, I probably went ahead and took a week off. Yeah, I would have took a week off. Maybe 2 weeks.
Do you have enough time to cover the grievance that you have been going through? You have enough time?
I mean, they would have to understand. They would have to understand.
I'm so thankful that we did not have to have any experience like that. I'm so grateful that Beyonce is fine, and she's too amazing of an artist for anything like that to happen to her. So I'm just thankful God was with her and protected her during that situation, because that was crazy. She even made light of it. It had a song, "Sitting Sideways" by Paul Wall, where she posted herself kind of leaning in the car. I said to make lighthearted of it is that was sweet of her, but I know in the back of her head she's like, y'all but not ever have that happen at one of my shows again.
Like, you need to stay out the air.
Yes, she
like,
does.
Simple as that. Just stay out there.
Your safety is more important than anything else. We can sit and hear you sing all your songs, do a 2-step, or if you want to just stand. But other than that, if you stay out the air if you don't feel comfortable with that. If you ever see Small Talks with Tish and Larry, we both agree. We love you, Beyonce. You've been with me since I was in 7th grade. Probably him since he was like 5th grade. So we appreciate her.
I'm in 5th grade.
Well, I know that's when I first heard of Destiny's Child. So I know I appreciate all the music and just how amazing of an artist she has been throughout all these decades. So we need her here with us, and she's just phenomenal. So Beyonce, like we say, you're a great performer, and if they can't understand that your safety is more important, then they don't need to come to the show
at all. At all.
Right. But yeah, I know that had you shook a little bit. It had me shook. I was like, oh my goodness.
like you could hear the nervousness in her voice.
Yeah, and I like I said, I have to commend Beyonce, because I would have literally been shaking, and I probably would have overreacted, because I don't know you don't know what's going to happen next with it leaning the way it was. But the way she kept her composure, and I mean, the crowd knew. They saw it. They knew something was wrong, especially when she said to just like stop the show or whatever, stop the music. But the way she just kept calm until they got her to the ground, like, that woman is a perfectionist in at every level, even in turmoil. Like, the way she kept calm was amazing. Because I don't think I would have been able to.
She said, what she said, if she would have failed, she know her fans would have caught her.
Of course.
Like, falling from, I
don't even know. High. It was high up. It was.
So let's say 75 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You fall on somebody at 75 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to end well for either one of y'all.
Oh, no. And then it's just a scary thought, not even wanting to go into detail of something like that happened. I'm just grateful it didn't happen, because I like to see the people below her too as well. Could have been such a tragedy. I say God was with them all, and I'm just grateful that she's able to go on and do her next show, and we didn't hear anything about the next show, so she just have to be safe out there.
And it makes me wonder, is that a real car?
I think the car is real. I think it is real. But why that mishap happened to it, I have no idea.
But I'm saying, like maybe
it's not. Everything's probably not in it, like the engine and all that stuff inside. It probably doesn't have all the stuff within it to make it lighter than what it would be. But it's probably still heavy because of the body of it.
It would make sense if it was like a platform that was designed as a car, or designed to look like a car.
And it possibly could be, but I'm not for sure. It may not be like an actual vehicle that's like
they used to drive on the road.
Yeah, it's probably just something that they did create, and it's not as heavy because of it being held with the straps or whatever. So it's probably not the heaviness of an actual car, but it probably still could hurt somebody if it fell on them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just grateful she's okay, and I know they had the world and had paused a lot, or just stop breathing for a second.
Oh yeah, because like I say, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
like that might have would have something like that would have ended concerts probably for the rest of the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the lawsuits was gonna be ridiculous.
Mm-mm-mm. We don't need anything else, especially what happened with the Travis Scott concert. Like I said, it could have been like really bad, but I'm just grateful we didn't have another situation like that. That could have been tragic.
But what else we got?
Let's see. Was going through a few questions that I came up with, and this had me laughing so hard because it's the truth in it. And what I wanted to ask is, we use this quote. A lot of people use it, and I don't agree with it. It's it's the truth with it, what it says, but I just don't understand why people say it. It's why do we say sleep like a baby when babies wake up every 2 hours?
I'm thinking it's because when a baby is asleep,
Mm-hmm.
like they look like they is just
And
so
a little piece of heaven.
yeah, like they just look so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what the phrase means, sleep like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, waking up every 2 hours. Like if you a person that just kind of like doze. I mean, I guess that could be considered as sleeping like a baby too.
But I think they probably talk about the phase of the newborn. Like a newborn child is, I had my moments when our daughter was asleep in the morning, and at night she was like wide awake. So that's the time I wanted to actually rest, and I couldn't rest. So I was like, I don't know if this baby's gonna ever go to bed. Like, I'm not even for sure.
Yeah, that's when they had their days and nights mixed up.
Yes, and I was if she actually didn't get on an actual sleeping schedule, like a normal schedule, until she was 6 months old. So that was a long wait time to get her right. Even with trying to get her right, trying to sleep in the day with her, she still like to stay up at night. But when I tell you that 6 month, that time on up until now, best thing that ever happened to me. People don't know how delirious you get when you don't get rest like you're supposed to get rest. It's
snappy.
It's what, you?
No, you get snappy.
No, I don't. I don't get snappy. That's you. You don't get your sleep.
No.
You're 10 hours of sleep.
No, like hell, I don't never get 10 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of sleep.
That's a lot of sleep. My body wakes me up after like 6.5.
That is weird. I don't think it may be years since I had a full 8 hours of sleep. And it's not like I wouldn't want to have it, but it's like it goes all the way through the whole 8 hours. It's been years.
And
I might have been in high school then or something.
And like when I get when I wake up,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I can't force myself to go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're probably not supposed to. Probably just need to get up, get a stirring. Probably anything that you haven't done, go ahead and get it out the way. So it's best to go ahead and get whatever you need done before you go back and lay it down, before you start the work day or whatever.
And here lately, you seen how early I've been getting up,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every day I wake up around that same time, like
Mm-hmm.
6 or 7 in the morning. It's like, why?
Hey, it's just your body's on some type of clock. The clock is that's the regular routine that's done picked up.
I'm like,
I know. I believe it comes from these past few weeks that you having to deal with so many different things and having to get yourself up early to go out and do work that you need to do. So that's probably what it is. That type of schedule.
maybe.
So to have to deal with that for the last 2 weeks in a row and having to wake up every day on the grind, now your body's just like, well, he must need to get up at that time. So let's start him on his way.
I know this morning after last night.
Mm-hmm.
I said nope.
You said no, boy.
I'm not getting up.
So you pretty much slept through the time you usually get up.
Not sleep, but I didn't get out of bed until about 9:30.
Not a bad time. Not a bad time at all. And you did probably need your rest from what you experienced too. So
Yeah.
just to recuperate your body and just kind of sleep it off a little bit. So sleep is good when you going through something. So you just need to rest. And your body sometimes just needs that time to just relax instead of always on the go. I know
That's
people
true.
say on the go, but sometimes you need to relax. And
Gotcha.
I don't have no issues with that. Especially if I worked a hard day.
like when I have so many things going
Mm-hmm.
on, like there's no flash drive for
Mm-hmm.
your mind.
Right.
So like when I have different things going on, like it's all in here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all just okay. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do
Right.
this. I got to do this.
Yeah.
And like I say, there's no flash drive for it.
Mm-hmm.
But once I complete that task,
Yeah.
I can clear it out of my mind.
That's true. Check it off the list, huh?
Check it off the list. But some task is not anything that you can like do in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be like a task that's like you got to put some time into it
Right.
in order to get that task cleared off.
That's true. And you just want to make sure everything's done properly before you.
Especially like doing the podcast, like scheduling.
Oh yes.
Like
Mm-hmm.
like those tasks, they're all up here.
Yeah.
But until I get it scheduled and everybody's on the same
Squared away
page
and all that. Yeah.
oh, you got to work that day. Okay, well we can move it to this day. Well, what time? Soon as I get it scheduled,
Right. You feel
then
better.
I can
Relax a little.
relax
Like
just
that.
a little bit
Because you then
because
still got to prepare for the show and making sure everybody's there and everything, and just making sure you get your questions together and everything that you get set up. So it is a lot that goes into it. So I get it.
and then let's not talk about the editing.
I say I always give you credit on your editing. You're doing great with that. So just keep doing what you're doing, and like I say, you getting better, and it's just gonna continue to just amplify the things that you're learning. So the different, and then you got your lens and everything. So you getting new material, you're getting new stuff to work with. Like look at us, we've come a long way since
Yeah.
the beginning of the year.
I got to shout out Senio on that one, but
Senio from the folk.
Senio from the phone.
Right.
But
Definitely proud of the progress that y'all making, and Small Talks is making. It's a good thing.
oh yeah, and people actually reaching out.
I love that. I love that. Hey, when you put your mind to something, I always tell you that, and you have a passion behind it, it can only get better for you.
That's true. You started off at the bottom. There ain't nowhere else to go but up.
Exactly. That's the truth. That's true. So you want to move on into the next one?
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got for you this evening. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends assume you did?
What would they assume I did?
What would they say? Yo, that's Larry did. Yo, what did Larry do?
That's interesting. I'm gonna say they probably think I stole something.
Why did I say the same thing about myself?
Yeah,
Why would they think that about us?
I don't know. Like I think they'll think I stole something.
I said like a piece of cake or something.
I can't say what it is I stole, but must have been pretty damn important if I got arrested for it.
True.
But yeah,
They wouldn't be out running the police, nothing like that.
no, not the way I drive. That'd be the last thing. The first person came to mind was Dondre. Like, well, I know you wasn't speeding.
I just said, don't predict what I might say. You might have thought you were speeding, trying to get away.
I know you wasn't speeding. I know that. Now, if it ain't stole something,
Mm-hmm.
they'll probably say, Larry done flipped out on somebody.
I can see that.
He got locked up.
You at your wits end.
Yeah, straw.
Scrawl. Yeah.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
The scrawl that broke your back, huh? You couldn't take it no more. You done blew up.
And blew up.
That's probably that. Now that would probably be the case with most people, that they might have flipped, and that's what happened. Violence just took over them, something like that. So you say you'll go with either stealing something, or you had a violent temper or streak that got you in trouble.
Yeah, I had a violent outburst.
Mm-hmm.
Now sometimes you'll get that. Not saying a violent outburst, but sometimes you'll get that little feeling where it's like, They got one more time.
Oh, well, if you feel yourself getting to that point, that means it's time to separate. It's time to walk away and just, like you told me earlier, just don't pay it any mind. Got to keep
Yeah.
on moving.
Man, F them people.
It's easier said than done when you're around it.
I mean, this is true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I mean, in your line of work, you got to deal with everybody. So
It could be something else, but I just try to keep my composure and be kind and move forward from it. In negativity, I try my best not to hold on to it.
and then like you can always separate yourself from the situation and get somebody else to
That's true.
handle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And then you would hate for it to, then what if they get into a spat with the same? So that means nothing's not going right, huh?
well, it ain't neither one of y'all fault at that point.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right. Mm-hmm.
if you call somebody else over there and they trying to get rowdy with them, then
That
they
person
got
just angry.
Yeah,
He's
they got
an angry man. That's true. That means like it's just ain't all day as far as trying to keep stuff under control.
And then after that, just call me.
Oh goodness, I would never want to have to do that. My baby's too sweet, and I don't want my baby getting in no trouble.
I mean, we can only let things go so far.
I'm not calling you for that. I'd rather call the police.
I mean, I ain't tell you don't call them first.
Oh, of course. You're a little too far away for me to call you anyway.
Exactly.
Are you ready to move on?
Tell
to
them
the
to wait
next one,
right
sweetie?
there till I get there.
Ready to move on to the next one, sweetie?
Yeah.
Let's see. This is more so a relationship question. Let's see. What's one thing that I do that always makes you feel loved, and I don't even know that I'm doing it?
There's a lot of things. And you don't know that you're doing it?
Yeah.
Well, the motivation that you always give, like, I guess you do know that you're doing it,
Yeah.
but I guess you don't know how it affects me.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you don't know that you're doing.
Well, I don't realize that it's a love language that you enjoy that I do for you.
Your neatness.
Oh.
You know, I've always told you that. Your neatness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the tidiness, like keeping stuff straight for you.
It ain't even the fact that you keeping it straight for me. It's just the fact of, like, the fact that you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, everybody that come over here be like, oh, your place looks so nice. This and that, this and that. So, and you just do that just because my whole thing is, I look at it like, if I don't make a mess, I ain't got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Like, that goes back to the conversation we were having where I was talking about the crumbs on the shirt.
Right.
Like, nah, I just flip my shirt up and go to the trash can. I don't need flicking it on the floor and you got to get it up.
Yeah. That's what that trusty broom is for.
But yeah, that's one thing I would say is your neatness.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like my tidiness, and it makes you feel like home is home.
And everything, I guess you will say everything has a home.
It does. I know you don't believe that, but it does.
Now some homes that you find for things. Hey, you seen my?
I have not done that lately. The important stuff I don't touch. I don't touch. I
Right,
try to make sure that your paperwork is all put together. That's the only thing. I try to make sure the paperwork is together, and I try to make sure that every area is just clutterness. I can't deal with it, so I have to continue to make sure that I keep our little nest put together.
You know, I say it's very much appreciated.
You're
Very
welcome.
much appreciated.
You're very, very, very welcome. And I'll move on to the next question that we got, Mr. Larry. Let's see what we got here. This is more on the funny side. Who's more dramatic when sick, You or me?
Definitely you. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
okay. When I'm sick, you might hear me say a couple things about it, but everybody gonna know you sick.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I bet
What do
you
you mean?
do.
What do you mean? Everybody's gonna know I'm sick. Like I
But,
don't let anyone know I'm sick.
okay, but the first thing, like even like when that happened to me last night, what's the first thing you said to me?
I can't remember.
Well, what's the first thing you said to me when I told you what happened?
Yeah, do you need to go to the doctor?
Mm.
Um.
Why didn't you say anything?
Oh yeah.
That was your question to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that lets me know I'm definitely not.
You don't know half the time I don't even say anything until I'm down bad.
I mean, we all like it's like a NBA season.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get to 82 games and you ain't a little injured.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So like we in the middle of a basketball season. So
Right.
we all gonna be limping and aching and all of that.
That is true. Just trying to thrive out here. Get to the finish line.
But yeah, sometimes whenever you feeling down and out, oh yeah, we gonna hear about that. I'm like, man, just go lay down somewhere then. Oh.
I gotta sound like an old bat. Why you make me sound so bad?
Oh, this thing about to kill me. Oh, I'm gonna sit down somewhere.
I don't remember doing all that.
I
See,
ain't cooking today. Ain't
you are-
nobody asked you to.
You are so dramatic. I do not. You wrong. You never see me carry on like that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You gonna make sure we know how sick you is, so that if you say that you ain't cooking, I know the game.
You ain't got no sense.
Y'all gonna have to find y'all something today. All right. That's cool.
All right. Okay. I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that.
Am I lying?
Hey, you might not be lying, but you're overdoing it. You definitely overdoing it. Because I don't do all that.
What do my answer be when you say y'all gonna have to find y'all something today?
You see, all right.
All right. You gonna have to get you something today because I ain't cooking. I'm just letting you know I'm not. Okay. That's fine.
You get on my nerves. That's all I can tell you right now. You get on my nerves.
I think you be wanting me to go back and forth with you.
No, I do not say that. I just be want to inform y'all that I'm not feeling my best, so I'm going to be resting today. And I'm not wrong for that.
Ain't nobody said you was. I think you want us to. Okay, lay down. Get you some rest.
You have no sense. You have no sense. That was funny, though. That was so funny.
I mean, that's being real. I don't know what you expect me to say.
Whatever, Lane. Well, I done gave you what I have. Do you have anything for me this evening? Or anything you want to cover this evening that we haven't covered?
Well, I want to say congrats on Deontay Wilder.
Hey. You always have it hidden in the back. Congrats, Deontay. You know he loves Deontay Wilder.
Boxing talk. I want to say it was 8 rounds or 8-round TKO. He fought, what is it, Tyron Herndon.
Oof. Mm-hmm.
Never heard of the guy.
Okay.
But Wilder did what he was supposed to do. Now it's time to figure out what's the next step. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking to the team, and I think what they want is for him to fight Anthony Joshua.
So this could actually be in the works this time around?
Could be in the works.
Okay. They both had some kind of rough patches, so This could be a big. I hate to put it that way, but a big payday for the both of them, maybe.
Oh,
If
it
they
definitely
decide,
be a big
because this
payday.
has been something people have been wanting to happen for years. So, which would be been when they were both like at the top of their game. But hey, it still be a good look.
I would say if he gets the fight,
Mm-hmm.
it will probably be a retirement fight
Which one?
for Wilder.
You think he's on his way out?
Yeah, Wilder's 30, 38, 39.
How long has he been boxing?
He started late,
Okay.
but he had a lot of success
Mm-hmm.
to say that he started late. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, I would say, yeah, you get Anthony Joshua, it'll probably be a retirement fight.
That's something. I would definitely want to see it.
I mean, he
would
got
definitely wanna see
40, what is it, like 43 wins?
that. That's not bad.
Yeah, like,
Like I know he had some situations where he didn't do very well, but he still was great for a lot of fights. A lot of fights we
man,
saw from a few years back. Like he did really well.
when he was in his prime,
Right.
knocking people heads off.
Telling you, everybody was hollering the bomb squad. They just
Bomb
it just was
squad!
great seeing someone like him just all the wins. Like I said, you just still have to commend him for how great he was when he came out. Like even like you said, starting late, he did very well in his career.
And he kept the belt over here.
True.
Well, he kept one of the belts over here.
Right.
Like all the other like heavyweight belts and all of
Mhm.
that, like they was overseas.
Yeah.
So that's why it was like a must. The way it was supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua had the belts,
Mm-hmm.
like the other heavyweight titles,
Right.
and Wilder had the belts,
Mm-hmm.
or Wilder had the belt, and they were supposed to unify, have a
Mhm.
unification match.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
that never happened. If it would have happened at that time,
Mm-hmm.
that would have probably been one of the biggest heavyweight fights in history.
I believe it. I do believe it. That would have been great to see them go toe to toe when they were both at their top levels. But hey, just wasn't in the cards for them. But I still, like I said, I still wouldn't mind seeing them if they decide to have a battle.
Yeah, that's why I say I think it would probably be a retirement fight for Wilder. Like he'll go through that fight and win or lose, it'll be one of them ones where it's like, hey, it's been fun.
Right.
So
Meaning he can bow out gracefully from there.
and like Fury, I think Fury retired.
He has finally retired as well.
Yeah,
Okay, I can see that. But what about speaking on the next big one coming up, Canelo and Crawford? How are you feeling about that one? Who are you leaning more towards if you had to choose one?
Canelo.
The fact you didn't even think about it.
Ain't nothing to think about.
So all the back and forth and him saying he's gonna stomp a mud hole isn't giving you the confidence you need in Crawford.
Nah, it sound good.
Does it sound pretty good?
It sound good.
But you know the skill that Canelo carries.
Yeah, like I said this before. Crawford is a very competitive guy.
He is.
So there's a lot of movado that comes with being competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that. Like if you think you can run fast, he feel he can run faster.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you strong, he feel that he's stronger.
Yeah.
I bet you my money, if you asked him to rap, he probably could rap.
Okay.
He could play basketball. He could do.
I've seen him in a couple of different clips. He actually is very well rounded in
wrestle,
everything. Mm-hmm.
all of that. All right, Canelo don't need all of that.
Canelo just got two hands.
Canelo got two hands and he love to fight,
That's the Mexican blood in him.
and he loves showing the skill that he has in fighting.
And let's give him a round of applause for how well he's doing with his English.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah, he
remember
done-
when I first saw him, you really couldn't get that out of him when he was be in the ring and they had the translator for him. That man is speaking pure sentences now, just like it's not even an issue, cussing and all.
He said, name elite fighter that you fought. Name elite fighter. Man,
That
Crawford.
would have just That would have had my blood boiling if I was Crawford.
Crawford said, you. So
This
Canelo
gonna be
looking at him
crazy.
like,
This is gonna be crazy. And when is this one? When does this one fall?
September. Is it 12th?
I know you don't plan on missing that at all.
Oh, I ain't gonna miss that one. I'm not gonna miss that.
What would they say? You got to go to work that day.
What I gotta do with me? I'm not gonna miss the fight.
They say y'all got to do overtime.
I'm not gonna miss the fight.
I know one thing. You better have your time slots right, because it's, you know how theirs is different from over here. So
yeah, you right about that.
so you need to be on it. You need to make sure that if it's in Dubai, is it Dubai?
That can't be a 5 o'clock fight. That gotta be a 8 o'clock.
But I don't know how their times are from here to over here. So hopefully it will still be based around like a later night type of fight. But I'm not for sure how they'll place it.
Yeah, sometimes they'll have a 2 o'clock fight. It's like, man, how you expect somebody to watch that?
This is so big. I'm thinking that you're right, though. It'll probably fall within that, probably 11, 12. I mean, it's going to be early for them over there, but I know here they want it to be where everyone sees it. They don't want to miss it. So we're going to see how that falls.
Now, one thing I will say, that guy, what is his name? I can't think of who he is, but he's the guy in the Middle East that's he's from Dubai, I think. The Sheik.
Yeah.
Man, he is really
putting shows on that people really want to see. Yeah, I know you told me that. You said he's actually paying the money that the fighters want, and that the fans have been fans have been looking forward to seeing certain fights. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I give him credit on that. Like he's putting people together that you wouldn't normally see.
That's true. Because some of them take so long to get together. It's like, goodness, why is this fight taking so long?
Because it be the promotions.
That's true.
So like
everybody's trying to see how much money they can get.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he just want to see the fight.
Right.
So he's not a promotion company or whatever. Well, I mean, I guess he would be, but he talking that money talk.
Hey, it's probably hard to turn down. People probably trying to get paydays, so they paydays to keep them squared away for the rest of their lives. So
when that man Martin Bacoli went and fought, was it Joseph Parker on 4 days notice?
You knew the money was right.
I know it had to be some money in that. And he said he was 40 pounds overweight. Like 40 pounds over his boxing weight. Like he wasn't ready for the fight at all.
Man said he had to get it, would get it. He had to go get it.
But they called him in. Now he said he took a flight. Now 4 days notice. He took a flight. It took 20 something hours to get there. The gloves he fought in. I wouldn't
have known that things weren't gonna go well for me.
Man,
how long it took to get there?
20 something hours. Because it was like
trying to rest on a plane.
It was a layover, and he a big dude.
No, it wasn't getting much rest.
No. So there was a layover somewhere, and then because he left from Africa, there was a layover, and then on to Dubai. All right, so that's 20 something hours gone. You only had 4 days notice. All right, you get there. I guess you try to get a little rest or whatever. You 40, like I said already, 40 pounds over. Yeah. There was no. I don't think he had a chance to do no sparring, none of that. The gloves he fought in was somebody else's gloves. Like they had to put like a tape over because they had like the name of the person who gloves it was.
He just wasn't prepared at all.
All. He just came like I think he had like one outfit.
It didn't. That's why I say it's best. Like I said, the money probably was there, but I just hate he just didn't get. He wasn't treated accordingly like he would have been if it was a months in advance, weeks in advance type of fight. So I guess when it's last minute, it's really last minute with them probably. So they didn't want to probably cancel it. So people looking forward to seeing different fights and stuff like that. So they didn't want to cancel it out. But hopefully, like you say, he got the pay that he deserved.
Oh yeah, he got paid now. But it didn't turn out well. But
yeah, I saw that. That's why I knew he wasn't prepared. I was like, oh boy. That's what I say with certain fights. I do think that even if like it is hard to probably not go because you want to get the money, but I don't know if I want the stain on my record. I don't know. That would make me feel bad too. Like knowing I went, but I'm paid, but I got a loss under my belt too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's
Guess you wipe your tears with your money, huh?
basically. Like if you already got a loss,
Yeah.
then.
But you're saying if you like have a record that's no losses, you wouldn't do it. What do you?
Not
do?
last minute like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
And you got belts and stuff on the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That'd be something to think about. That money would have to be very, very good.
50 million on the table.
One more 50 million on the table. Yeah, I'd do that. But
knockout and all, don't even kill. You fool.
One of the big things, John Jones' retirement.
Is he retiring?
He retired.
What?
Or he announced he retired.
When?
The other day. But it pissed Dana White off. Because Dana White was up there saying that I guess there was talks of him fighting Tom Aspinall.
Didn't John tell the media that it was not going to happen?
Yeah, he told the media that, but or they would have to make it
worth his while.
Worth his while.
Then Dana, you definitely didn't do the other part because if he's retiring, it wasn't worth his while.
Man, Dana gave him a deadline.
What kind of deadline?
Like he got a certain amount of time to, I guess, take this fight, or because you gotta think about it. John Jones been the heavyweight champion for at least 4 years, and he's only fought like twice.
Crazy.
Because he was injured, he fought, injured again, didn't come back, then he came back, fought Stipe, and like you just been holding the belt.
So if he retires, you just don't have to get the belts up.
Yeah, because the Tom Aspinall is the interim champion, which means you're the heavyweight champion while the real champion is injured or out.
Yeah.
So when Tom Aspinall fights, he come out with the title and everything.
Yes.
But you're technically not the official heavyweight champion. And so
that's because John is holding the belts.
Yeah. And so everybody's saying he ducking Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is like 26 years old. John Jones is almost 40.
Yeah.
So he's not in a rush to fight a 26-year-old.
Understandable, yeah.
Because he say he don't like to gamble with his legacy like that.
That's true. Now, I do get him on that. That's true. He wouldn't be wrong if he decided not to, but I just don't kind of like how Dana treats him when he's really the face of...
Nah, I can't say Dana treat him bad because it's always... Like, Dana always give him the praise. They said... There was one time Dana said, I don't know how many men would be in this room. It was like 20 men in a room, and one person has to come out, and John Jones is one of them 20. Yeah. He said John Jones coming out every time. Like he's coming out that room.
I believe it. Oh, trust me, we've seen him in action.
So
definitely is.
So he's that. He got that type of faith in John Jones. He could give him that type of respect.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like he's gotta kind of get off of him a little bit because, I mean, if he chooses to retire, he just chooses to retire. I mean, he will retire on top. That's not a bad legacy to have.
Yeah, but you got other fighters saying, because they're trying to say like he's the greatest, right? So other fighters saying, how can he be the greatest and he failed the drug test multiple times? Can you be the greatest at anything if you've failed a test or drug test?
But my thing is this test, whatever he failed, whatever he was taking, is this something to enhance his fighting ability, or this was just him doing a drug, some type of substance like cocaine or something like that?
I know several times it was cocaine.
Okay, so if it was cocaine, I don't know what that would do for you in a physical fight, whether UFC fights, but maybe it gave him energy or something. I don't know.
Nah,
Or was he caught before he ever even did the fights?
there was one time he was caught before. I just know that they was breaking it down. They said that really, for him having cocaine in his system, the fact that he fought the way he fought, just imagine if he didn't have cocaine in his system.
So they're saying it was slowing him down.
Yeah.
So you're saying it pretty much helped the other opponent.
It gave the opponent an advantage that the opponent didn't know that he even had because of him having a cocaine addiction or whatever.
But you're saying none of his fights where he was caught doing a drug was a performance enhancement.
One of them was that's where it get kind of sketchy. You got performance enhancing drugs, but then you also got drugs that's on it wouldn't be an actual drug, but it's things that's on the banned substance list.
Okay.
Like they may have Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
That's on the banned substance list because, and I'm just using that for example, because Monster Energy drink may have a ingredient that gives you, I don't know, gives you
some type of energy.
Yeah, like a little extra energy or whatever. Or it has caffeine in it. You know what I'm saying? Like caffeine, for example, could be on the banned substance list. And if they find that you've been drinking Monster Energy drink, like it's gonna seem like you've cheated.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's not that simple as far as what really happened.
What people are actually probably taking, and it shows up in their system. Okay.
And then, but see, I think it might not be him because there was somebody that there was something found in their system that particular substance covers the tracks of a PED. So like you might see the caffeine, like if for that example, if the caffeine is the one that covers the real PED, like the PED ain't gonna show up, but the caffeine will, and so you'll get popped for the caffeine, but the PED never shows up. But they know that you're using that to cover
something else in your system. Never even thought of it having something that can cover up what you're trying to hide from the test or whatever type of test they have to take. It's always somebody trying to get over.
Yeah.
At least John wasn't trying to get over. He just was caught. He guess he couldn't hide it.
And then we ain't gonna stay on this forever, but what just happened to Daniel Cormier?
You haven't told me anything about this. What happened?
I just read this today. You know they had the show this past weekend. Charles Oliveira got destroyed, but the one that got hit with the 2-piece in the first round. Yeah, but after the show,
did not expect that.
Daniel Cormier lives in I think it's at San Jose, California.
Okay.
So he parks his car at the airport, flies to Vegas.
Yeah.
To do the show.
Right.
Comes back to San Jose. No car at the airport. Car was stolen. Daniel Cormier's car was stolen from the airport.
That's crazy. Oh, that's an inside job. But yeah. Definitely someone working there.
I'm like, man, I know he wished that he had got back a little sooner.
Just a little sooner.
Just a little sooner.
Because someone had to know it was his car. Or had to know he was there.
They probably didn't know it was his car. They probably figured it out after they went through his glove compartment and all of that. But man, you mess around and that joker run up on you. And he done gain weight too.
The football player on him.
Right.
Tackle him to the ground.
A football player that can fight.
But isn't the car supposed to be where people is watching? And
you would think so.
Something's off by that. Where's the cameras? Where it should have been cameras watching the area or security patrolling the area. That's not making sense. because you leave your car there, it's supposed to be in good hands. So what? Somebody intentionally left it where I bet you money the cameras aren't even recording at that spot.
That'd be crazy.
I'm telling you, it's probably cut and everything. Then next thing you know, the car's gone. Like what? I can imagine getting off my plane and I can't even drive home. Like that's crazy.
Now I know one thing he said. He was when he came back, he was planning on actually going to buy a new car.
Faster than he's gonna be doing that faster than he thought, huh?
Exactly.
He probably wasn't gonna do it that day, but I guess the next day when he finally got home, he said, "Well, gotta go car shopping." Oh, I'd be so angry. People just don't care. They don't care. Probably to a chop shop. What is it? Chop shop.
Yeah, or joyriding.
Nah, they're not joyriding.
You don't think so?
Because I know the police is looking for it. But that was your last piece on the UFC guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I really ain't got too much. Hold up. I had something.
Oh goodness. Thought you was gonna leave me hanging. I think I've been trying to bring the thunder a little bit for us this evening.
I give you credit.
It rubs hands like furry men.
Remy Ma. Her son is going to court for murder, right?
Yeah.
Right. The daughter of the person that was murdered got into a verbal altercation with Remy Ma. So, I mean, that's
Remy really can't win for losing, man. It's always something.
It's a
Something.
part of the. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what you expect to happen, and your son allegedly did that.
Right. And said this the person that died's mother?
Daughter.
Daughter. That's hard. That's hard for her. I mean, she's probably gonna lash out at anyone that's associated with whoever she thinks did that to her parent. That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow right there.
That's true.
And I mean, when you're leaving that courtroom, and that's all you can do is speak your piece to the person, and they're right there nearby you or across from you. I can't say that they're wrong for lashing out, because that's very hard losing a parent.
And it ain't really too much you can say.
Right.
I ain't really.
Yeah. Hate that Remy has to be the one that has to hear that, but what can you do?
And then did you heard about the guys that broke out of jail in Louisiana?
I think I don't know if that's the last one, but they just caught another one. I don't know if that's him, but I know they just caught another one.
I'm thinking it was 10 of them.
They got a few of them very fast.
Yeah.
But
Now one dude, he just went to sleep on a bench.
So he didn't have any more run in him. He was tired.
I don't think. I think it was one of those situations where shit, if everybody else leaving, I'm gonna leave too. You know what I'm saying?
So he didn't really have a plan. He just left out.
Yeah,
when
he
they
just left. You know what I'm saying?
So me, that would be me as the escapee.
But obviously, the one that just got caught,
Yeah.
he must have had a plan. Cause
couldn't have. Because why are you online partying?
Where did you get the clothes from? This dude that rocking jewelry.
It's someone that was probably found a little young Tinder.
And you was at a crib.
Probably found a little young Tinder that was watching out for him.
Didn't I see you on TV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
They definitely arrested him in the yard when they arrested him. The police was standing around him, so I hope whoever that was going to work that morning, because they will be back. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, harboring a fugitive.
They're definitely going to be back to speak with you, and you might be going to. I would not want that to be me. I'm just trying to help. Now I'm getting arrested too. No.
But man, the fact that he was all online and all of that, yeah.
I knew, I thought he might have had some actual information he was giving to the public that was going to help him in the end. But I don't know. He probably get more years.
Oh, definitely. And they say this ain't the first time that he escaped.
he's never getting out again. And they wherever they're putting him at got to be some of the lightest I guess officers in the section that it is, or getting paid off or something. Because how this man keep getting out?
Well, I think with this time it was the janitor.
I know it was someone.
But they said, like, I guess they threatened him and all of that. So
Well, that got him like in a corner or something. Maybe broke out of the cell while he was trying to clean or something like that.
Nah, like he cut the water off. So they went out through like the sewage system or something. But I'm assuming it was a sewage system. It was something, but he cut the water off.
So it's like a tunnel or something like
Yeah.
that. Oh goodness. Yeah, whatever system that is, they got to make sure that they might have to start keeping people in that area or something like that, making sure nobody's going through the little manhole or something. That's crazy. Cut the water off for. I'm trying to figure out how they didn't see that it was off throughout the prison, or was it a certain section that was just off in?
Probably just a certain section
for them to escape through.
And yeah, it slipped my mind already. Did you hear about the guy that was the landscaper?
No.
And while the one of the houses that he was doing landscaping work at, man, they said that joker was throwing a big ass party and charging people to enter.
Hey, he was making it worth his while the person was out of town, huh?
Yeah, he got his ass locked up too.
That part must have been insane.
Probably.
Can't have nothing simple. Go in the house, keep it cool, like play a little music. No, you probably got people all on the lawn and they out there making all this noise. So you giving yourself away if you didn't have it orderly. Like you didn't have it where you was in control of your guest. You gotta have it under control. Can't do that.
I just wonder what the plan was.
To make money, honey. The plan was to make money.
That's what I'm saying. Like
no more, no less.
If it gets out of hand, like it's gonna fall back on you.
And it did.
So I'm saying, like, yeah, you making money, but you ain't thinking about the consequences of if this right here gets too far left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no one ever thinks it all the way through.
This is
just
true.
like the escapee, now the landscaper.
Escapee leading to the landscaper.
They just didn't think their stuff all the way through, because somebody's always watching, and most likely somebody in that neighborhood knew that the people weren't there. I'm sure they talked to their neighbors, so you got to be more careful. Things like that you do, because you don't know the consequences behind it, and they probably entrusted you because you probably done their yards plenty of times. They wouldn't have thought you would do something like that. They gave you the keys, probably go in to get the equipment, or it had to be someone they were definitely cool with for them to even be able to go in the home to do all that.
Man, they probably was. Cause I think they might have been on vacation or something. They probably was sitting there, because even I do it. Go through and check the footage sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Everybody said, Tish, look at this. Look at this.
You would have, but knowing you probably would have been checked before all that was going on. Once you would have seen those little heads popping in and all that other stuff, and he probably had it where he might have tried to cut it off. You never know.
Cut the Wi-Fi.
And maybe that made them call the police. Like, our CCTVs aren't working, so much might be going on. Let's check and see what the police say. They come up with information that it was a big party being thrown.
Call the neighbor, be like, "Do you see anything going on at my house?"
Yeah,
oh, you ain't
man.
home?
There's 100 people on your front
Man,
yard.
I thought you were home. Man, there's a big ass party going on over there.
Oh yeah.
I was about to come over there.
Oh yes, officers was called immediately. They probably said, "Oh, you gotta get out of there. You can't be doing that at our home while we're trying to vacation. You up here trying to make a profit." People something else.
But,
They are something else.
I'm trying to think. I had it and it didn't slipped away from me.
So easy to do, I swear.
Yeah, I think it's gone.
And then left you that fast.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be for our next show.
Yeah, it's probably not. But
Oh goodness.
Nope, it's gone.
Ah,
But you got anything else for me?
I think I'm done for the evening, my love.
All right. Well, it's
Did
been
enjoy it this evening.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. A little sleepy. You know what I'm saying? But
We got to start getting these in a little bit earlier before the yawns start taking over. but we will.
We try.
We try. That's all we can look. See, like clockwork. That's how you got to start drinking some coffee before we get started.
You was yawning over there too.
Twice. You yawned over 15 times.
No, I haven't.
Close enough. But
oh well, I do got one more.
Okay.
Just to get your answer, because when I asked you, you never really gave me an answer.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think of an artist that has passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and you want that artist back,
Yeah.
but you gotta trade
Mm-hmm.
another artist that's in the same genre
Mm-hmm.
for them, that person don't have to die,
Okay.
but their career goes away. Who is the artist that died, and who is the artist that you would trade their career for them to be back?
Oh goodness. Well, off top, I think I want. Who would I really want back at this moment? I'm gonna go with Michael Jackson.
So you want Michael Jackson back.
Yes.
So who you trading for Michael Jackson to come back?
Same genre.
Same genre.
What the heck? Take Katy Perry.
So Katy Perry turns into a waitress at Longhorn,
I think Katy will be all right.
and Michael Jackson comes back.
Yes. Everything is everything. Life's good again.
Damn. You know, Katy Perry probably like, what did I do to you?
Yeah. Since we're going with pop, since you say he's a pop artist, so I just say that.
I mean, yeah, hey, y'all been tearing me up in the comments about this
He loves it.
R&B thing.
Keep it going. He loves it. Keep it going.
And then, like, y'all are so quick to say something about what I said, but you truly ain't listening to what I said.
People don't listen, they listen to respond.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I love when people say that. I don't know how true it is, but I try to listen to actually give a good answer. But I've heard people just are argumentative, so they're not really listening to you. They just have their opinion ready to be on display.
Because, like, that's why, like, I ain't even been responding. Because what I said was, for R. Kelly to be on this R&B list, he should be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people that they got above R. Kelly, in my opinion, they're not true R&B artists.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, they're trying to give me trouble.
Aretha Franklin
Mm-hmm.
was soul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, somebody said, yeah, she was soul, but then they changed it to R&B, blase, blase.
Yeah.
She still was listed as soul.
Mm-hmm.
She's the queen of soul.
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly has always been R&B.
Yeah.
There's no soul that he was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he's a R&B artist. So
Right.
if you're like Stevie Wonder, they saying
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Wonder is the best R&B artist of all time.
Yeah.
All his songs is not R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of a Michael Jackson. I can't think of a R. Kelly song
Mm-hmm.
that is not R&B.
Are you sure Stevie is not all R&B?
Nah, that would be soul.
Mm. I don't know.
They
I haven't
play-
heard him switch genres either. I think he could fall in the R&B category.
for
I mean, we're basing it on R&B sounds. I know R. Kelly's he's more newer than Stevie, but I think it's the same sounds.
but it wasn't listed as R&B though.
Can you say what it was listed as back then?
It was saying race music.
Race music?
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
I'm guessing that would be maybe during like when things was segregated.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing that's what they're referring to.
Before they changed it to R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I can't say that he's not deserving of being number one. Like for me it was Michael because I love a lot of his music that was R&B also, but as far as putting him above Stevie, I don't think I can.
I mean, you say tomato, I say tomato.
Definitely. Definitely, and plus Stevie doesn't have those stains on him.
That's what the problem
You
is.
said that's what it boils down
That's
to?
what it boiled down to. It ain't got nothing to do with.
So you're saying if R. Kelly had a clean slate, nothing had happened to him, R. Kelly would have been number one on that list?
Yep.
Wow. Above Aretha, above James.
They didn't even put Luther on now.
They did, and I saw that. A lot of people asked about Luther too. They did. A lot of people did ask about Luther Vandross. Well, someone else people were asking about, but I can't remember who it was. But yeah.
That's exactly what that was. But it's cool though. It's cool.
Gotta be cool. We're gonna have to move forward.
Oh, I ain't tell you the artist I would bring back and the artist I would throw away. I would bring back Biggie.
Okay.
And trade him for Busta Rhymes. That Busta Rhymes could come. He can come work with me if he want to. But yeah, his career goes away to get Biggie back.
You don't hear any more Busta. You just want Biggie back.
Yep.
I don't agree on that one, but if that's how you feel.
Catalog disappear.
I love Busta. I can't say that. I would want that. Love Biggie too, but I like Busta as well. Busta's gonna get you for that.
Huh?
Busta's gonna get you for that. You're gonna say, wow.
Hey, I don't make the questions.
You just answer
I just answer.
so carelessly.
No, like I really thought about it.
So you saying for that hip hop artist, that's who you definitely get Biggie back. And you think, do you feel Biggie being back is going to change the whole outlook of music?
I would have
still here now.
I would have loved to have seen what
he could have brought to the game now.
Yeah, the game might have not went the way it went.
Okay.
Like everything turned into.
Do you think Biggie would have been on the level of how LL is, being able to go from decade to decade to decade to changing himself to fit into the areas kind of like how Jay-Z did?
I feel he would have. I don't feel Jay-Z would have been Jay-Z.
So you feel he would have been higher than Jay-Z?
Yeah.
If he would have got a chance to continue doing what he was doing, because he was already there. His death just was untimely and just unfortunate. But yeah, Biggie was definitely there.
Now, I mean, he would have. I know somebody. I think it might have been Senio talking about he would have been caught up in this Diddy case, but
I can't say that these things probably want to caught back up with him too. I mean, most likely, yeah, most likely. But you feel that he would have been able to continue on in each generation, just making better and better music.
Yeah, musically. Like I say, I feel if anybody could have did it, because he was rapping like that. You got to think about it. Biggie died when he was 24. So he was doing that at 24 years old. So right. I could just imagine when he hit 31.
So you're saying you think he would have still been on top? Like he would have been kind of like a Drake, continuing every year to have something better and better. Like just kept it going.
But see, I think the people who followed that generation would have been different. Like there may not have been a Soulja Boy if Biggie didn't pass. Like it may not have ever went to
more like fun dancey type music.
Yeah, it may not have ever went to that.
Okay.
Because after you gotta think about it, after Biggie and Tupac died, there was a toss up for how the industry was gonna go after that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why Diddy was still able to try to steer it to where it stayed what it was with like Mace and Black Rob and stuff like that.
Right.
But because the South hadn't popped yet.
Right.
I mean, the South popped, but it hadn't.
It wasn't a map like it is now.
Yeah, but it hadn't made it to, at that time period, you had No Limit.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just No Limit in 97?
What about the Ghetto Boys? Well, no, not in 97.
Outkast.
Outkast, yeah.
Or the
Goody
Dungeon
Mobs and
Family.
stuff,
Yeah, Dungeon Family. So, like, you had No Limit in the Dungeon Family, as far as for the South. You hadn't made it to the Lil Johns yet.
Right.
So,
The Trick Daddies and things.
yeah. If Biggie would have still been there, would those have happened?
I think the South probably would have eventually broke its way through. Yeah.
I don't know, man, because
of how they had it on lock.
they had it on lock.
Yeah, that is true.
And you kind of got to lose it in order for somebody else to gain it. So
that's true.
I can't say.
They probably would have broke through eventually. I feel Cash Money probably still came through. I think they would have.
I mean, I can't say for sure. That's why I say I would have loved to have seen how
everything would have played out. How the South would have came on in and still been able to shine like they did.
And I'm gonna say something that people probably gonna kill me on. If Biggie wouldn't have died, there may not have been a DMX.
I don't know.
Yeah, there may not have been a DMX. There may not have been a Ja Rule.
Wow. Can't even see hip hop without those two.
Cause where they would have stood at?
I guess in their own lane.
It wouldn't have been no lane for you.
I mean, with hip hop, anything can kind of make its way to the forefront, depending on how the fans feel about it.
I don't think. The reason why I'm saying it like that is because when Biggie was alive and he was on his run,
yeah,
you had your splash in the pan artists. You always gonna have a splash in the pan artist, but I'm talking about the artists that stick around. Ja Rule probably would have made it out with holla holla, but would it have opened the door for him to be able to follow it up with
I feel them being from New York, yeah. I do think that I don't think Biggie would have been gatekeeping like that. I'm pretty sure he would have wanted to seen other people shine. I would hope so.
No, not saying that he wouldn't have. I mean, it wouldn't have been on him. It would just been like, can you compete with that?
Shoot, you wouldn't have known until they would have had to try against him. Come up with their songs. He come up with his songs. Hey, y'all just gonna have to coexist together. Gotta coexist.
Or that everybody would have tried to sign the Bad Boy.
Of course they would have. Everybody would have wanted to be under that label with him being on there.
I don't think Kissing that would have been as big.
Never thought about that.
Because they would have just been the little buddies.
That's how you know he had a big impact.
Yeah.
The way that you feel about him is like no one could have stood next to him if he would have been able to continue on.
At 24? At 24, that man was spitting like that.
Oh, yes. Oh, trust me. I know a lot of the lyrics from 95, 96. Yeah, they definitely had it going on. Bad Boy they definitely was a phenomenal, like their run was great. It was. There was some good years. Even afterward with the Mace and things like that, that was some good years too.
Now, last but not least, we're talking about Bad Boy.
Yeah.
The Diddy trial. Did you hear about juror number 25?
No, enlighten
me. He's not listening to the judge directions. So the other jurors are complaining about him because they're trying to
move forward with the case.
The case is everybody did their closing arguments. So now it's on the jury. And other jurors are complaining. Saying that this person ain't listening. So whatever that person feel is the opposite of whatever everybody else feel. So
what would that cause if that person is holding up the process?
The judge could kick him out of the case,
Oh wow.
but then that, of course, Diddy people would push for hung jury
Mistrials. Oh.
or mistrial or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. If it stays where it's 11-1,
Mm-hmm.
then it will be a hung jury.
And what is that called for? That what would that be for Diddy?
You got to do the trial all over again. Yep. Mistrial, do it all over again. Hung jury, do it all over again. Or you get a verdict. So,
Excuse me. I don't know what to say. I wonder what that person is feeling and why they don't want to go with the other 11 people.
it makes me wonder, do the 11 think that he guilty and this person thinks that he innocent? Or do he think that he guilty and 11 people think that he innocent?
They're not gonna let us know anything.
They ain't gonna let
To
us
the
know.
end. I don't know what to say about that. That case has been crazy. Even some of the those charges that was sold that I thought definitely was still could have been dropped.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like,
I know Diddy ain't coming home. He said, "What the?"
Man, one dude said that he think that Diddy gonna come home and say that the 4th of July gonna be lit.
Not him coming home on Friday. I don't think court is even going to be going on during that. But okay, you might have to sit in there for the 4th of July.
Nah, if they come out with a verdict tomorrow and it's not guilty,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta send him home.
That would be crazy.
And
So are they getting closer to a verdict? They're just was it deliberating right now?
Mhm.
So it's almost that time.
yeah, like if they in the morning, if they come out and say, "Hey, we all say that he innocent,"
That would be crazy.
because the thing that they having a hard time,
The whole internet would shake. That would be crazy.
the thing they having a hard time with is the simple fact of the people who testified saying that he did bad things. All of them said they loved him or they love working with him.
Contradicted themselves.
They contradicted themselves. And then like the only thing that you probably could say, and that's gonna be the major one, is the racketeering. What is that? Something with a criminal organization or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're using money from Bad Boy, like the credit cards, in order to pay for the dues that you had to come do that with Cassie. So it's like you're using legal business money
For illegal purposes.
for illegal purposes.
Oof.
So, but they got to be able to say that the money came from this. Cassie could say, or Cassie said, that she paid, but if her money originated from Diddy, do that mean that it's Diddy's money that paid for it?
Diddy dirty money?
Is that Diddy's dirty money? Or is
Crazy.
it Cassie's dirty money?
They're going to try to flip it and say it's his. I already know it.
Because, I mean, the only thing they got to say is, well, he gave her the money.
And he's the breadwinner. Because what was Cassie really doing at the time?
So, they might can get him on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably going to hold a good bit of years.
Because they were trying to get him for, what was it, holding somebody hostage or something. Not hostage.
He had a lot on his plate, boy. He had a lot on his plate. he
It's
had a
like,
lot going on.
I want to say it's like 7 charges. And 2 of them was dropped. 'Cause I think it was 9.
So he still got a long ways to go.
Oh, yeah. But,
Yeah, keep our ears to the street for the next few days, huh?
yeah, I didn't
In and out of it.
Yeah, like,
It's been a long little stint.
like I was keeping up with it. And I was like, man, yeah, there's a lot going on with this case.
Yeah, it's a lot of pieces to it, so you got to be tuned in. They even have lawyers that are explaining it to us out here in the world just to see how they break each situation down. Now you have to find some of those too. It'll be easier to understand. Like
That's true.
there are some people that actually going in and reading the documents and stuff of what's happening. So check those people out on TikTok. They break it down pretty easy for you.
That's true. But I think that's all I got.
That's all I got as well. So we're wrapping it up for the evening.
Yeah, this has been a very fun show.
Always with my favorite guy.
But I guess y'all stay tuned in. We got some major stuff coming.
Definitely.
We gotta let y'all know about our sponsor too. We ain't
Mm-hmm.
we ain't even did that yet,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, stay tuned in, and I guess we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Definitely. Well, this is another great episode of Small Talk with Tish and Larry. I'm Tish.
I'm Larry, and just remember one thing: if they can do it, I know damn well you can. Peace.